Dr. Mutunga, when there's the debate to move towards agriculture fed or use irrigation for our agricultural purposes, I mean, will that sufficiently then address our food insecurity problems? Because if you are to weed someone from his state of affairs, and then you convince, whether it's both or otherwise, that it's not well to depend on rain-fed agriculture. We have had failed rain season throughout. These are the projections. But what is the communication model in delivering that and depend on harvesting water and depending on irrigation for food security?
We start with the situation as it were. Right now, if you go to the farmers who are losing a crop as they watch, and tell them there's something called supplementary irrigation which can help you to have this crop grow to the end, they'll be very happy. So the idea is to get the message to them that you need a crop that goes all the way to the end and gives you what you expected. And in order for us to do this, let us set aside some land around here to put in water. And you can use this water for supplementary irrigation. I am sure even seeding pieces of their land to create space for water harvesting is a possibility. If they can seed land to create space, land for public utilities, I am sure they will be most willing, because I know most of the land in the potential area has been taken up. You see, one of the impacts of climate change is species concentration in the islands. What has happened in Kenya is that everybody has moved into the islands, even the animals, everybody running to a higher ground, better, cooler ground, you see? So we are all scrambling for the little land that there is, where you can probably grow a crop and it matures. And unfortunately, we are using agricultural land for housing. Okay. Look at Nairobi. I think we will put better houses, much better, more elegant houses facing the Rift Valley on the escarpment. But where are we building houses? Putting coffee in Kiambu and putting houses there. And all you need is a house and flowers. Along the escarpment, you can do your perfect flowers. You can even import soil. So I think we need to reorganize, rethink the entire system by asking ourselves, this little potential 16% of Kenya that we have, how do we effectively use it? Even the housing scheme that the government is coming up with, that is already good, should also look at decongesting agricultural land. Instead of having a land like Kisii land, the entire, there is always, for sure, there is always raining in Kisii in the afternoon every day. Always. But where is it raining? On top of houses. If we can get those people somewhere housed in high-rises, and then we create that land, we would increase production and productivity. Most of the other areas, that's one of the options. Then we also need to look at how do we turn the land expanse of land we have. Okay. The land, the greater part of Kenya, how do we turn it into productivity? We get enough water. If we look at rainwater harvesting, we get enough water to irrigate our land. That one is a fact that you can take to the bank. We have enough water, but we do not manage this water for the purpose. It just disturbs us. We have a lot of flooding, houses are carried away, cars are carried away. We have a crisis. Every time we look at everything, instead of looking at it as an opportunity, we see it as a crisis. Okay. So the government is running to contain flooding crisis, then there's drought, we are having another problem of drought, and then we need to sit down and ask ourselves, how can we benefit from this flooding crisis?
Drought crisis, then the flood crisis.
And then we cry when it is dry. I think we need to...
Double tragedy, moral situation.